comfortable and nicely imbibed. That's good. It is my pleasure to call to order our special City Commission meeting. This is the organizational meeting of the City Commission. It's Tuesday, November 9th at Hagen Park. If we could...
First of all, congratulations to all of the newly elected and to the re-elected commission here in Wilton Manors. You know you're my favorite city. I know you see a lot of me, and you will continue to see a lot of me. And I want you to be in touch with me, and I want you to let me know exactly what it is that you are wanting to do, and how is it that the state can help you and me in my position as your representative. I look forward to working with all of you, and want to say to the city, you are on the move. There's a lot going on. I've attended some of your homeowners meetings, so I'm pretty much aware of some of the issues. But as I want to say, you know, nothing gets done until it's done. So let's move forward and be very, very grateful for all that we have at this time. Thank you very much.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Gary Resnick.
I, Gary Resnick,
Do solemnly swear
that
that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution, the government and the laws of the United States and of the state of Florida, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Wilton Manors, Florida, and I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state and the charter of the city of Wilton Manors, and that I will well and faithfully perform all the duties of mayor, of which I am about to enter. So help me God. In the city this year, turnout throughout the county, as we know, was low, but it was great to see in Wilton Manors that there was such activism here, that there was so many people so heavily involved and cognizant of the issues and concerned about the city. You that sit before us today are the recipients of the goodwill of the voters, but you're also the beneficiaries of their trust. You have a great city, a city that cares about itself and a city that watches itself. And you have a great duty, great responsibility. Congratulations to you all. And I look forward to continuing to work with you as we continue to make this city one of the greatest cities in the nation.
I, Donald Scott Newton Jr.
Do
Do solemnly swear
that I will support,
protect, and defend
the
the Constitution,
the government,
and
the laws of the United States,
the laws of the United States,
and of the state of Florida,
and the state of Florida,
and the charter,
and the charter,
and the ordinance of the city of Wilton Manors, Florida,
and the ordinance of the city of Wilton Manors, Florida,
that I am duly qualified
to hold office
under the Constitution
of the state
and the charter
and the charter
of the city of Wilton Manors,
of the city of Wilton Manors,
and that I will well
and faithfully
perform the duties of commissioner
on which I am about to enter,
so help me God.
so help me God.
The Constitution, the government,
and the laws of the United States and of the state of Florida,
and the laws of the United States and the state of Florida,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Wilton Manors,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Wilton Manors, Florida,
that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state and the charter of the city of Wilton Manors,
and the charter of the city of Wilton Manors,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of commissioner, on which I am about to enter. So help me God.
Raise your right hand. I, Julie Carson,
I, Julie Carson,
do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution, the government and the laws of the United States, and the state of Florida, and the charter and ordinances of the city of Wilton Manors,
Florida,
Florida, that I am duly qualified to hold office
that I am duly qualified to hold office
under the Constitution of the state
under the Constitution of the state
and the Charter of the City of Wilton Manors,
and the Charter of the City of Wilton Manors,
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of
and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of
Commissioner,
Commissioner,
on which I am about to enter,
on which I am about to enter,
so help me God.
so help me God.
This lady you have here, I compete in triathlons against her all the time. She is a tough lady. So if she puts that much effort into being a commissioner as she does as a triathlete, you're having a great
I just want to remind you, because every day that I appear at one of these events, a city commission or city-related activities, I realize how honored I am to serve in this job, and I want you to know how much I enjoy it. And I will continue to work as hard as I can to make Wilton Manors a better place to live, work, and play. Thanks.
First, I want to thank all of you. If you voted for me or not, we are still here to work together to make Wilton Manors a better place. And I know whichever way you voted in your heart to make sure that the city goes in the right direction. And I believe all 5 of us up here will do that. But we need the help of all of you. The city doesn't run on us 5 up here. It runs on the community. And I think that's why I am standing up here before you again, because you know that I will fight for the whole community of Wilton Manors. And I believe I am a voice of Wilton Manors. And I am so happy to be up here on your behalf. And I know I'm going to hate myself for doing this, but I say it every time. If you have a problem with Wilton Manors, don't just talk to each other. Talk to us. Okay, that's where you make a difference. It's really easy to sit at home and say, well, I don't like this, I don't like that. Let us know early, because that's when it makes a difference in Wilton Manors. And I think that's why we've gotten so far here. It's because we all do communicate very well together. We're a small community. I've been here all my life since 1959. I've been in Wilton Manors. We left for a few years when my wife and I got married. We went all the way to Oakland Park. I know a few people. But we moved back, all the way back to Wilton Manors. And my one daughter, Stephanie, is here. She has a piece of property she owns in Wilton Manors. My other daughter, Stacy, lives in Wilton Manors. Thank God, not in my house anymore. Well, I should say in Cindy's house. I just stay there. But it has been a pleasure serving you the last 10.5 years, and it will be a pleasure to serve the next 4. Thank you.
One of the reasons it was so important for me to have Hector here this evening is that we spend so many hours together competing. And Hector has a foundation that he started called Don't Stop Living. And in part, we all have dreams, and we all realize many of those dreams. And then sometimes we're set aside, or something happens that really alters our course. Hector is an example of someone whose course has been altered, and he continues to live life to the fullest. He meets his obstacles head on, and that's what I hope to do as your commissioner. And I hope to be here for you, open, accessible. Everyone will have my phone number. Everyone will have availability to meet office hours, whatever it is that you need. I had 2 years and I'm fully committed to you, right behind my job, which I still work very much at. I appreciate your support. I look forward to serving this wonderful city. It is a remarkable place to live, a remarkable place to play, a remarkable place to learn, and we have the next several years that I know this commission will work together. We've done it before. We're going to do it now, and we will move ahead together as a group with you behind us, sharing your ideas so that we can make the city a better place, an even better place, which is going to be tough to do sometimes. Thank you to my family. My mother's here from Naples, my brother, my nephew, my partner Susan. All of us know how difficult it is in our families during campaigns and even during the course of public service. So our families deserve a round of applause because they put up with an awful lot. And my family has put up with a lot for me, so thank you, and thank you, Susan, for enduring my hours away from home and the commitment that I've had to this city, and I appreciate the support. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to serving this city.
Well, first off, I want to acknowledge my mom and dad, Ted and Liz Galatis, who came today. Big support. My dad was my mentor. I practiced law under him. I learned everything I could from him, and you know, I'm just proud of my parents, and they've been a big support. I want to thank all the candidates. I think that the race this time was well run. Everybody acted professionally. I have to hand it to all of them. Everybody has the best interest of this city. I'm born and raised here. My dad's born and raised here, second generation Floridian. I have only the best interest of Wilton Manors. Since moving here in '91, I fell in love with this city. I started volunteering in '94 or '95, planning and zoning, Board of Adjustment. Urged to run in 2002. Like Scott, I've served 8.5 years. He's a little more, but I look forward to the next 4 years. It's going to be a challenge, folks. We are living under a new reality. And believe me, it's not business as usual in the city. I want to hear from everybody. I'm going to ask that we have community support. Maybe 1 or 2 well-planned, well-publicized town hall meetings. Something so that we can get feedback from the community. Because it's going to take a team effort to get through these next 4 years with this quote-unquote recession that's over. So I look forward to bipartisan working with everybody on this commission. Julie, like you said, we worked together for a few months while you were appointed, and I think we're going to do good work for the city. And believe me, I value your trust, and my door's open. Call me anytime. I put all my phone numbers in the town. I like to talk to people about the issues because, believe me, it's important to me. So again, thank you all for being here, and I look forward to serving you.
This is a great turnout, and I would first like to thank, of course, Senator Chris Smith for coming out tonight and for his friendship. This is the second time that he's sworn me in as mayor, so thank you so much. And for those who, yes. For those who do not know, yesterday actually, Senator Smith was elected by his peers, by our legislators, to be the chair of the Broward County Legislative Delegation. So we look forward to continuing to work with you, and we thank you in advance for your support for our city. That's an important position. I did like a 20-page speech, but I'm not going to do that, so don't worry. They're so nice, they're so kind. There are a lot of people that I need to thank for this election and for supporting me throughout this entire campaign and actually the last 2 years of my term. And I know I'm going to forget a lot of people, but just some people I need to recognize just for the time and the effort and the support that they've shown me. Jim Albright, Jeff Ruoff, Mr. and Mrs. Stadnick, Alex Hand, Mr. and Mrs. Frey, Mary Myers Kershaw, George Castrotero, Michael Albetta, Nate Horner, Cal Steinmetz, Steve Kelly, Ron Mills, Sal Torrey, Mr. and Mrs. Scotanis. By the way, if you don't know the Scotanis guys, they have enough votes in their family to get anybody elected. And of course, the amazing Jenny Sika. Jenny's my assistant in my real life job and keeps me straight, so to say. And there are a lot more people I need to thank, but a famous Olympic champion once said that great is the victory, but the friendship of all is greater. And that sentiment totally characterizes how I feel about this election. More so than ever, I think I realize how many friends I have in the city of Wilton Manors. And nothing that we accomplish could not be possible without the support and the friendship of so many people in this city. And if anything stands out in this election, it's just how wonderful and how giving so many people were of their time and their support and of their friendship. I just want to talk a little bit about the future over the next 2 years. You know, first of all, I spoke to a lot of residents over the past couple months. We always speak to a lot of residents, but especially over the past couple months. You know, it's no surprise when the mayor shows up on your doorstep that people are going to feel free to share their opinions. People aren't shy, so. And no surprise either that our residents have some great ideas and some wonderful things that need to be looked into in Wilton Manors. These are just a couple random thoughts of things that I think we're going to need to tackle over the next couple months, next couple years. Parking meters, everybody's favorite friend, there's no surprise that we're going to need to make some changes to our parking program. For example, we're going to look at spots for motorcycles. That idea actually came from a resident. Permits for residents also came from a resident, as well as some businesses. And we're also going to need to clarify some of the rules, because there's still confusion as to when you need to pay, when you don't need to pay. But it's, excuse me, we're still learning from this program, and as we gain more experience, we'll be able to refine it and make it better. Also, speaking with residents and businesses, it's very, very clear in the city that we need to pursue economic development. We need to fill our vacant position in the city staff for an economic development director. And with the city commissioner's support, I intend to pursue incentives for businesses that locate in Wilton Manors or that expand in Wilton Manors. A lot of cities are offering those now, and we need to be very competitive and attract businesses to our city. And we have to do so in a way that does not compromise the integrity and the character of residential neighborhoods. And I think it's very, very possible to make that balance and to just keep Wilton Manors the thriving economic community that it is. Third, we're going to have to be very, very involved with our county, state, and federal officials. You all have heard of unfunded mandates with the budget pressures that the county and the state are feeling. It's very likely that they're going to try and push more costs down to the cities. And I love what Chris Smith said yesterday when he was chosen to be the head of the Broward County delegation. He said, we need to get Broward County government out of the municipality business. I'm going to bring that to you in Tallahassee, so when I come up and say, stop them from passing their costs on to us, you're going to remember. But it's going to be very important for us to work with our state and other officials on matters that are important to Wilton Manors. It's also going to be very important that we continue to fight for programs that benefit Wilton Manors. We've been very successful over the past couple of years of getting a lot of grants, mostly from the federal government, to support programs that were important in our city. For example, we received over $1 million in federal funds to purchase and rehab foreclosed properties. You could drive right up Northeast 6th Avenue and there is a house that was boarded up, dilapidated eyesore in the neighborhood, and it's now totally redone. It's gorgeous. It's on the market, and that home is going to be a beautiful addition to the neighborhood and have a family living in it. So we need to make sure that we do what we can to try and continue the federal programs and the state programs that help us actually achieve what we're trying to achieve. Fourth, our festivals and events. These really define our community. If anything, we are known for having wonderful events and festivals, everything from the extravaganza and the canoe race to the Pride Festival, the spectacular, and our holiday celebrations. These are things that everybody in our community enjoys, and they really define us as our culture. And I think we're going to need to work together as a city to take more control over these events so that we can ensure that they occur for years and years and years, and that they're not haphazard, and that they're done in a very professional and legal manner, as somebody just said. Good comment, thanks Danielle, although I work a lot. And finally, the thing that came clear after talking to so many residents and so many businesses is that people just simply cannot afford any higher fees and higher taxes. I'm sorry, but people are at the end of their spending abilities, and I think it would be a disservice to our community if we raise taxes or raise fees, and so it's going to be a tough economic crunch, but we're going to need to become very, very aggressive at negotiating contracts. We're going to have to push back on any cost expenses that are going to increase the burden that our taxpayers are already feeling. And I think we're just going to have to be even more fiscally conservative than we've been in the past. And it's going to be tricky, but just from talking to people, we knocked on thousands of doors and talked to thousands of businesses. They just simply can't, everyone's struggling to make ends meet, and they just simply can't afford to pay any more in taxes and fees. If anything, that is signified by this election this year, especially with the margin of victory, I think it's a mandate to me to continue doing what I've been doing for the past couple of years. I'm going to continue working with the leagues of cities, continue working with our county, state, and federal officials and other city officials to solve our mutual problems, to look at the projects that we have and how we can get support from other governments and from other state and federal officials in particular to support what we need to accomplish in Wilton Manors. And I'm going to keep writing articles to make sure everybody knows what's going on in the city, because the one thing that's important, and we learned from talking to residents, is that that the people really do appreciate that, and they like being involved in Wilton Manors. People like knowing what's going on here. So I'm going to continue to do my best to make sure that residents are well aware of what's going on, and that we communicate as much as we can to residents. To that end, I'd like to also thank Steve Kelly. I know Steve was here somewhere. And he's been a good friend, a strong supporter, and he allows us to communicate with residents in ways that we never would be capable of doing, there you are, without, and for free. So I really want to thank you for your support and promise to continue to do what I can to use your vehicle to continue to let residents know what's going on in Wilton Manors. I would be in big trouble and commit a huge injustice and be in the doghouse literally if I did not recognize my partner, my better half, Eric Booker. You need to stand. By the way, I'm supposed to say he's turning 40. That's not true. Next year, actually, though, does mark our 10th anniversary. And what that means is that Eric's been with me through 4 of these already, through 4 elections. And let me let you in on a little secret. There's not many people that know this, but Eric is one of the most highly demanded makeup artists in Palm Beach County. And you're talking about women who will spend a fortune for, you know, because they have a wrinkle or something. I don't understand it. But so if you're looking for a little makeover this holiday season, it's so nice that we have our little humor segment on our commission as well. But actually, you need a sense of humor in this job as well, so we really do appreciate Tom. But if you're looking for a little makeover, he's the person to see, not me. But those who know us, who looked at our mailers, who went to my website, you've seen the pictures of our little family, of Eric and me and our 2 golden retrievers. And Eric and I, we understand how blessed we are, and we actually count our blessings every night, and we thank you all for your friendship and your support that you've shown to both of us. In closing, you all notice, if you've gotten emails from me, that I signed my emails with a quote from William Penn, which summarizes, and still summarizes, why I want to serve my community, and it's very simple. I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness or abilities that I can show to any fellow creature, let me do it now. Let me not defer it or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again. It remains a distinct honor and a privilege to represent you all as your mayor. Thank you for the trust you've shown in me, and thank you for allowing me to continue to serve you. It's resolution number 3630. If Catherine would read the resolution, please.
The resolution